this many in this little box. I'll tell you that, though.
Is it exciting? You look excited.
What now? What's where you're standing? Gosh, they're so cute. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna put your beak in the water. And then put that's there. He's like, oh my God, seriously. Beak in the water. Look at them, they're already puffing up. You know, because that's the main thing, is you want them warm enough where they'll drink and eat and not just huddle.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so important. Check them out. Yeah, we'll get all, I think, get all the food a little closer together. I don't want to get too far away from each other.
Sure.
This is the appropriate size for when they're bigger. There we go. They're so soft. They're beautiful birds. They're making a little baby. Absolutely beautiful birds. They're both there, right? Although I should have been counting as I was pulling out.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Kind of a rough start to life. Tending to. This is so exciting.
They are definitely pecking away at that food. Num, num, num. The kids are going to be crazy.
I should be real careful when we get up to watch out. We don't squish any. You know, the most important thing for birds are eating water. They perish within a couple hours of eating water. It says it's up to 77 in here. So I don't think this one.
What's working?
When you come home tonight, you need to stop with
Get another heater. Sure.
Get another one if they have one like this. I like the ones that where you can
It's the temperature.
Yeah.
These guys are awfully cute. Oh, yeah. They're awfully cute little birdies.
And you know, we could, I was thinking about this last night, once the coop has finished off-gassing, we could turn right back around, get some more heat lamps, and order up a second set of just females.
Sure.
If we use this room.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good space for it.
Sure. Well, now we've got it set up now.
Yeah.
Well, if we want to do 20 dozen eggs a day,
Yeah.
we need to have probably 400 birds, right?
You know, so I could turn right, if there's any just pullets available,
Yeah.
I could turn right back around and order like another 70, although it'll be more expensive to get just the bees.
Sure.
Look at, oh, they're drinking. Oh, that's good. That's good, good, good. They're happy. Watch this little guy over here by his lonesome. Don't squish him. Oh, we're getting excited now. So these guys are 2 days old. They were hatched yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these are 2 days old. So they were hatched yesterday. They're inspected by the hatchery. They're given a vaccination.
Okay.
And they're put box and shipped. So these guys all came out of eggs yesterday.
So like a real farmer now, we've got cows, we've got chickens. We just need a pig. No goats, though.
I wouldn't mind a goat or two. You know, I haven't found, specifically want the alpines. Out there, the other side. Oh, we got a straggler.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to lose one left in there.
There we go.
Make sure we get all the chicks out of the box.
Double check. Double check it. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Let's see if I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. There's so I think.
Oh yeah, it's 6 you can be able to count them now.
Well, they're all alive.
They're all alive and they're running around. And what type of birds did we get again?
So these are barred rocks. They're a subset of the Plymouth rock that was bred out in Plymouth, Massachusetts. They are technically considered a dual-purpose bird. Oh no! Look at this thing. They'll do 280 eggs a year, so almost, not as much as a Rhode Island red, but they're good-sized birds. They will give you the large to extra large eggs that we're wanting.
Good.
And they will be a beautiful black and white bird. They'll be very, 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 very pretty birds. And important for us, they handle the cold really well. They deal with the cold really well.
We have somebody very interested in our birds.
And we're going to have to watch her
until she knows that
they're babies and they're not. We might have to put these up on like a piece of wood because
sure.
running around.
If they're getting all the
shavings
in it. Okay. Hey, why don't you take your jackets off? You're not going to need them inside. Put them.
Right here.
Oh, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell us.
Raising chicks.
Oh, that's okay. Go on in. Go on in. And remember, it's our chickens, and so we're going to remember to be nice and quiet because it's going to be very scary for the chickens. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be quiet. And it's going to take a second for the chickens to calm down and realize that it's okay. And then they're going to start to move around in just a little bit. And so you're going to want to get nice and comfortable. That's why I brought the bucket in. But you guys are still young, and so it's much easier for you to sit. We're getting awfully brave. We're going into eating. There you go.
There you go, little bit. Let them walk around.
Mm-hmm.
Get them thinking.
Yep, and so they start to get used to you. You got one, Lily? There you go. Go ahead, grab one. Oh, scary.
Sorry about that.
Eric's got the hang of it.
You just keep running away from you.
Good job, Eric. But you're behind the... There we go.
Turn around. Did you put on you?
No, I didn't poo on me. I was sticking out poo.
You gotta put your hand on top of them or you're just gonna run away, but be gentle. And talk to them. Now listen. You gotta keep your hands down low, so if he decides to jump, he doesn't have very far to hit the ground, okay? Do you understand?
Yes.
So when mommy holds them, make sure they've got their feet, and you just kind of close your fingers just ever so gently on the wings. And then you can take your thumb, and you can brush those feathers, because most birds really like to have their head feathers brushed because they can't clean very well. No, come sit. Come sit. Get it. Careful, 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 careful. There you go. And just talk to them. There you go. Yeah. You get these little things all straight. Look how big they've gotten. Just sit still. So usually what mommy does is she actually kind of holds them up next to her like this. See that?
His eyes are longer than
Be gentle. You be careful how you're grabbing. You're going to break a wing or a leg, and then if you do that, they're going to die. There you go. There you go. There you go. Both hands. Try and keep the wings against the body, or you're going to break a wing. Keep the wings against the body. And keep those wings folded. Little wings break really easy. And be careful around the neck. Not too tight around the neck. So keep the hands around the body, not the neck. So move your hands just a little lower. There you go.
And I need to
There you go, Eric. Keep the wings folded against the body. Support his little legs. Put his little legs on your hands or on your leg. Don't try and pet because they're not there yet.
Oh.
Here, you want to hold mine? Yeah. And you guys have to. Okay, sit right there. Just,
That's what I told him. I said,
oh. Okay, you're gonna squish a chicken being like that. So hold it. Hold in my hands here. Don't here. Loosen your fingers. Loosen your fingers. Cup your fingers. Cup your fingers. No. Don't grab them like that. Watch.
Ooh, he had a poo on it.
Yeah, well, you probably scared the poo out of them. Look, you want to support their feeties. See that? So make sure their feet have something to grab a hold of. Okay, see how he calms down? If I take my hand away from his feet, he's going to start panicking because he's going to think he's going to fall. You see how he quieted right down? You got to make sure they're little feeties. And okay, I really want you guys to sit down. I don't want you moving around in here a whole lot because you increase the likelihood of squishing somebody.
and you scare people.
Let's let him go. But that's probably enough trauma for one night. We'll let him walk away quiet. You guys need, before you go to the house, you're going to wash your hands at the sink, okay? I've been doing this every couple days where I come in here and I kind of cage them in so I can check them all. But what I wanted to show was how you can hold these little birds. And you can do this not just with chickens, but with all smaller birds. Is you're going to put your, doesn't matter which hand, but your pointer in your middle over the top of their shoulder blades. And then you're going to roll them back into the palm of your hand. And you're going to use your thumb and your ring finger to keep their wings folded up against their belly. And one, it kind of calms them down, but two, what I like to do is I can come in here and I can check their feet, make sure we don't have any boo-boos, and then you can run your fingers along each side of the breastbone, because this is where you want to check to see if they're putting on weight, okay? And you'll feel the ridge of the breastbone, but if you can reach in here and feel every single rib, then you know that this bird's not eating well. So you can check, and it's also just a good handling technique. You can come in here, support their feet, and you can turn and look at their ear holes and their beak, make sure we don't have them picking, and then you can come back here and you can check their bottom.
Make sure there's no poop stuck.
So their bottom is called a cloaca. Both the urine and the feces come out of the same orifice. The same thing you can do with either hand. Top finger, bottom finger. Now this bird has a little bit of poo stuck to him, but his hole is clear. So I'm not going to mess with him. Again, you can check the feeties, make sure there's no boo-boos. This is a smaller bird. This is a thinner bird. This bird's not eating as much. I don't like how this bird is very angular through here. And this is if I had some leg bands, I'd be leg banding him to keep a better eye. But you can tell this is a smaller bird compared to some of these others. So, you know, you're small. If you got a bird that's growing a much slower rate than the rest, you need to keep an eye on that bird. Okay, same thing. Fingers over the top. Close the wings. A little bit of poop stuck on the cloaca. So with a couple of these babies, I would say day 3 or 4, I noticed a couple of these birds had a really big hunk of feces completely sealed over the cloaca. So I came in here with some baby shampoo and some warm water and soaked their bottoms. There was a couple of them, it took about 10 minutes to soak the poo-poo off, but he or she started pooing almost immediately after I got that seal broke loose. Sometimes they can get poo-poo stuck so hard on that opening that they can no longer defecate and they will die because things,
So you gotta
things
check
clog
them.
up. So, you know, it's one thing to have a little poo-poo stuck to the bottom. It's another to have that cloaca sealed over.
So if you get a bunch of chickens when they're first young, be prepared to wipe some chicken butts.
Yeah, or at least check them. At least check them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you had to do a number of them, didn't you?
Well, there was about 10 that I cleaned, but there was only 2 that were really bad.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to show, we'll see if the camera will pick it up. So these are our barred rocks. And they're already starting to get, here, I'm going to see if they'll let me. You can very gently support their body, and you can expand their wings. And you can see he's already getting, or she is already getting white tips to its feathers. And that's the other thing with these birds. These birds already have their primary and secondary feathers. So you're going to see, I don't know if you can see that there's a set of feathers here, and then there's a set of feathers there. These long feathers, these are their primaries. That's what they use to fly. See that? See if it'll let me extend it very slow. I'm just trying to be very gentle here. So they have to have primaries to fly. And so a lot of times when people cut the wings, that's what they're cutting is the primaries. The wing, the actual wing leg, the leg and the ligament is way up in here, in this area, and then all the rest of that is feather. So typically, you don't want to cut a bird's primaries unless you're specifically wanting to affect flight. So with most chickens, they can fly little, like they can fly up to trees, they can fly up to rooftops, but they're not like a bird that can just fly. If you have a troublemaker bird, one that's maybe getting into high places that you don't want them, you can come in and you only do one wing. You come in here and you cut, see that's actually better, you can see, you can cut these primaries on one wing.
Hold on. Okay.
You want me to show you again?
Yeah.
You can, it's okay. They're like, don't do that. You can cut the primaries on one wing, and then they just fly in a circle. So they can get up out of danger, but they have a lot less control of where they're going. But I would only do that to a bird that's getting themselves in trouble. That's the only time I would do that. And of course, part of this too is just so they know that we're not going to hurt them. It's scary.
Yeah, because you see, as soon as you handle them and didn't eat them,
They calm down.
they calm down a lot. They're like, oh, I guess they're not going to eat me.
I'm also, as I grab them, I'm feeling that breastbone as I pick them up. These are beautiful little birds. Just beautiful. You can run. Now, the way that you pick up a young bird is completely different than how you pick up a more mature bird. When they get bigger, we'll take some video and show how you can safely handle them and not hurt them.